Okay, my friend, let's go to, I know one of the big stories of the weekend. I think you said it's your performance of the weekend.
Oh.
Bournemouth went to St James's Park, and Newcastle team in outstanding form. I think it was 9 straight wins for Newcastle, but it was a Bournemouth team unbeaten, I think, in 9 or 10 themselves. I think it was 9 going into the game. Wow, this didn't turn out as we expected, my friend.
Well, I mean, absolutely not. I mean, I've really enjoyed both of these teams, but I mean, talk about just a flat-out outstanding performance from a visiting team that really, in terms of a modern-day Premier League team like Bournemouth, in terms of if you were to set a philosophy, I'm thinking this myself, like in terms of how you want to play and the energy and the spirit and the structure and nothing tactically genius, there's nothing fancy about it. It's players playing in good little spots with a tremendous work ethic and an aggressive posture. I mean, Andoni, Earle and stuff, I expected a certain type of football. I didn't expect this kind of an old school English kind of mentality of football. So he's got like 11 two-way hard-working players with quality. They're hard-working quality players that he's got now at Bournemouth.
It's the point I was making about James Maddison. Exact point I was making about James Maddison.
If you want to be a top player, it's almost non-negotiable.
What's the difference between a Maddison and a Semenyo or one of those? You have to work hard, and you get James Maddison. I feel like it's a good time, but that's going back to that.
Yeah, and just with Bournemouth right now and how they're playing, I want to chuck in my underappreciated performance, and maybe it's an easy one. Justin Kluivert, Rob. Justin Kluivert. Now underappreciated in many ways because his dad, Patrick Kluivert, was a legendary, incredible, talented footballer.
Be the son of that.
There isn't many times, Rob, where the son can come out of the shadow and really flourish and be a star. He's doing it right now, and he didn't at the start, by the way. This has kind of been a slow burner, back to the manager and making players better. But and I said earlier in the podcast, modern day number 10. That's what he is. He's a number 10, but he's not a just give me the ball, I'm going to look good, I can dink it and play these clever little balls and through balls and then sit on my backside and watch the game go with that possession. He presses as much as the number 9. He gets in that slot. So the hard-working part is part 1 of modern day's number 10. And the other part of it is a goal scorer. You know, often these players are, they don't get themselves in the box. His finishing, I mean, he looks a confident finisher on both sides. He's got a ton of penalties in his numbers.
6.
But I just think, of all the star players and all the big teams, this isn't a star team. And he's not really a star player, but he's having a breakout season. I think Justin Kluivert deserves a mention, underappreciated performer. And let's all watch for his performances, Rob, and not just with the ball, but without the ball. And how many times does that team win the ball, front foot, pressing? No, we're going to stay on, we're going to win it, we're going to win it again, and the goals are coming from that.
It's textbook coaching, it's textbook modern football, Rob. There's no Unal at the moment, there's no Evan Nielsen, so there was 2 strikers. Watara starts up front.
He was not a striker, he was just not a striker.
They're so well coached that they're more interchangeable. Kluivert could play in the 9 if you want. Semenyo can come in here. Tavernier, Brooks is playing on the left at the moment. Just too much for Newcastle, which I was blown away how good they were and dominated. Didn't allow Newcastle to go. They did to Newcastle what Newcastle do to others at their best when they play with that intensity.
To go there and to high press and do you think Newcastle had a little bit of swagger? We're at St James's, we're flying, we've won whatever it is, 9 games on the
I'd listened to Eddie Howe's presser before, and he was like, we're humble, we're not getting too carried away. So, I mean, it's different for the manager to say it than sometimes
the players gets
in your head a little bit.
I think they were surprised. They were surprised.
And by the time they'd woken up, it was done and dusted. But
that's some win.
It's an incredible win in the form and in the manner that it was done. And Earle, Rob, unfortunately, is going to be one of those that if this continues, like the Brighton, Potters and Deserves now, people are going to be looking. People are going to be looking, mate.
Have we seen enough now? Is this one of them where it might be a little bit early?
Yeah.
I don't know if it's too early or not. I mean, for what he's doing now and the way that he plays.
With players to come back and supposedly get stronger and better.
Do we just give a quick shout out to Bill Foley, by the way?
Bill Foley, yeah.
American owner that went into that football club, Rob, when they were massively struggling.
Remember the very first interview he gave?
I do.
Said, we're staying up.
And they were like,
Gary O'Neill.
Were they in the bottom 3 or very close to it? So I guarantee we're staying up.
Like,
and then we were like,
Yeah.
Really?
Bill, this is Premier League.
I did it.
Yeah.
He did it.
And apparently...
He's spending money.
Training ground, apparently complex is being completed. Talking about a new stadium where they can get almost double the number of people in the place. He's talked about, Rob, and said he wants European football.
He has talked about that, yeah.
European football at Bournemouth.
And there's sometimes where decisions are made where I'm like, I just don't get that. Gary O'Neill getting fired.
Yeah.
It was in the summer. I remember thinking, I think I spat my tea. I was like, what? Why? He's did an amazing job there.
Yeah.
And they made this change, and what a good change that's been.
Just in closing, because we talked about Earle, and it's not disrespectful. I hope it doesn't come across disrespectful to the Bournemouth fans who like, what's our manager, why they're talking he's going bigger. With an owner like that, with the ambitions of a club like he's got, with maybe having a little bit more power and being able to have a little more say in the football club, might Earle just go, I like this. This is for me. Do you know what I mean? If I can sort of attain my ambitions at this football club...
And that's the bit I don't know. It's hard to know what his ambitions, how ambitious he is.
Well, he looks happy down... It's a great part of the world to live.
Did I read something, Rob, that he said something like, it's not my be-all and end-all being a football manager?
Yeah, and he apparently only signed small contracts, and he said, I won't be... Like, he's not going to be one of those at 60, 70 years of age.
Yeah, something like that, he said, yeah.
But I'll tell you what, you've got a project like that, Rob. You've got a good owner, you've got good recruitment, you've got a great set of players. Sometimes it's just...
But reality is... Most managers will be looking up in the size of clubs, and
he's different. He's not most managers, and at the moment he's doing a great job.
He's doing an amazing job.
Hi there, I'm Rebecca Lowe, studio host of NBC's coverage of the Premier League. Don't forget to hit subscribe to watch more videos all season long. And if you want even more Premier League content, from original series to live matches, head over to Peacock.